Well, welcome back to the road to platinum. Last time I cut off with planning to build my kelp farm. I'm gonna show some things I've done off camera because there are a lot of grinding. However, one thing I did get is this little guy, a little copper golem. He's gonna help me a bit because I start putting things in here. I got some little planks and I have. He's gonna help with that. However, I don't have honey. It's gonna be a problem because he's going to eventually turn into a statue. And that's kind of not something I'd want, as you imagine. Anyways, I have more of this little net thing here. I'll show you this little net, but I do have a bunch of bamboo surrounding this place more, which is gonna be great because it's gonna ward off a bunch of hostile mobs without needing light because they can't pathfind through this that well. Anyways, I finished the little structure here while having a bunch of paths. And I may have accidentally got an achievement without recording, which is It's a Sign, which I forgot was an achievement when I placed these. But, oh well, at least we got these here to prevent water from spilling. And I kind of need a little more science here. Let me do that real quick. I like having them straight by each other. I kind of screwed that up when I was panicking because the water rushing all over the place. Maybe I could fix this. The weird sign being misplaced. Do that. Alright. Do that too. There we go. Actually, I do that to this too. That way I can see more inside. There you go. I don't know if I have signs in here. But the reason why I have signs here and kind of why I panicked is because this was flooding all over the place. Because I now have water in here. And the reason why I took a bit to get water here is because I want to demonstrate how I make the kelp farm. And I'm going to demonstrate it is I'm going to start having these lines kind of like this. And like be 2 blocks apart from each other. Hopefully I have the wood for it. I don't know if I have the wood for it, but we'll see. But basically, I'm going to do this because unlike the Jap version, water is kind of a little weird in this version. Because I can't just, have a bunch of calm water on the surface and the entire water is calm. Parts of it would be calm, but not the whole thing, and that becomes an issue. It's easier to have a bunch of the surface of the water become calm. But inside the water is when things get a little funky. And as I'm doing this, to reassure that all the water is calm water, which is needed for the kelp. And when kelp grows, in this version, it's not going to turn the water calm, or at least it doesn't in my experience, and I kind of don't trust it. So I'm going to do this. For now, the neat thing is if a creeper does end up spawning on this, I can punch them off into water and have them explode in water. Which to be far better than just having a creeper explode on blocks. Okay. I just need to start doing this. This would be great because it's gonna give me a way to get up here. Hopefully, if I do this enough, it should start doing it on its own. We'll see. I know water, sometimes I didn't really do that. Oh, there you go. Flooded on its own. I like it when it does that. Oh, uh-oh. I can get waterlogged. It's gonna be a problem. So right here. That help? Most definitely help. That's why I want at least this one, like here. Very thin layer here, like these one, because these would end up becoming calm water very quickly. Yeah, okay. The more calm water, the better. I just don't trust this version's water. That's why I'm doing it like this. It is kind of a little difficult to see because of vibrant visuals. Granted, that's just normal for any shader you'll use in this game. Now, what I'm going to do is this. I'm just trying to once under it. They should become calm on their own. I'm not worried about if it gets dark. No worry. One's here should make it easier to get to the top here. I forgot the water ambience is kind of terrifying. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not gonna worry about the top of the parts of here, because the very top of the walls here are actually just slats. So those are likely not gonna end up having any monsters coming around. Be curious if I separate them like this. Would they eventually just start? Oh, actually, if I let's be curious. No. Oh. Actually, did somewhat spread a bit faster in some areas. What if I... No, I can't do that as much as I want to. You can kind of see what I mean by the water is kind of difficult to see with vibrant visuals. I might turn them off just so I can better see the water. The only problem is that I might have to exit to menu, just turn them back on. Guess you need to do that on the Xbox. What? I can't do it. That helps. That helps. Just a little bit, but I'm not sure about the recording. It's probably dark to the recording, which is kind of unfortunate, because a lot of this might not be that easy to see. Water in general is just not easy to see with visuals, even though I do think it's pretty. See that when I was fast forwarding, I was getting a bunch of kelp like this. Well, you see, I figured out there's a far easier way of doing exactly what I'm trying to do the whole time. Cause I thought kelp didn't turn things into a source block in this version. Cause it did before. When I originally made kelp farms. I seem to just do that now. Just crazy. Which makes me have an idea. Because I don't need to fill all this water. The kelp is going to do it itself. But it's going to take a while to actually have the kelp do this. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to speed up this process by composting a bunch of kelp. It's unfortunate because I want to use them for something else. Oh well. I want to make a simple composter. I want to auto compost it. An auto composter is easy to make, so let me go make that real quick. I'm gonna make a little auto composter real quick because I want to speed up this process, and I kind of don't want to just sit there hammering away at a trigger the whole time. Where's my resources? There it is. And four, because I need 2 hoppers. Making an auto composter is surprisingly easy. If you want to know how to make an auto composter, then I can show you, actually. So I need 2 chests, 2 hoppers, and a composter. You can get creative with this to expand if you want. But basically, 1 chest, 1 hopper, composter, hopper, chest. There you go. And it just does it on its own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compost a bunch of kelp. And the reason why I'm going to compost a bunch of kelp is so I can make a bunch of bones, so I can go out of my way to make the water flood this area faster. I think it's I have to kind of be careful because I am playing in hard, and it's a lot easier to drown in hard because you lose an entire heart from drowning. I'm not gonna put good stuff at the sides though. The like little very edge sides. Because those are going to be doing their work anyways. I just want to take these. You kind of see the problem with not having full, well, like, source blocks, because the kelp is sort of float like that. It's kind of difficult to deal with. I want to do this because it'll be easier. I'm just doing that. There you go. I should also put some saplings in there. There you go. You kind of see how difficult it's going to make by doing that. You can kind of tell that it is rising because of the kelp that is around spots like this. Can I do that one? Or that one? There you go. As long as this is fine. It'd probably be better if I was just building up to it, but this is easier. Far easier. Basically, all I'm gonna have to do is sort of wait for the most part. It should just do its job. It's flooded quite a lot compared to earlier. So I'm just gonna wait and have it do its thing. Alright, I'm back. You probably watched an entire time-lapse version of this, pretty much just filling up really quickly. It took about like half an hour or so to fill up on its own. It would have been faster if I had a better setup. But I have an entire kelp farm now. What I'm going to do now is that I need to have an auto smelter for this. Just gonna need more stuff going on, but should be simple to make. Oops. So what I'm gonna need to do is get, for now, I'm gonna want a furnace filled with a furnace with some coal in it, because I'm gonna have the temporary way on how I'm going to do this. So I'm gonna here. Where's my either? Actually, make one of these. That'd be helpful. Where is my stuff? There it is. I'm gonna make a furnace, because I don't think I can make a smoker right now. Can I make a smoker? Well, I'm gonna I'm gonna need another hopper. And this. Can I make a smoker? Do I have wood to make smokers? Let's see here. Here you go, buddy. Have fun with that. So, there you go. A smoker would be beneficial here. Because it's gonna smelt things. Gonna smelt more far faster. Let me see real quick just in case. I kind of don't want to deal with any phantoms that could spawn. And it should give me a really good This should start giving me a pretty good form of kelp. I don't have an autocraft right now. I think in the next part I will get one. Oh, actually, I'll get it one later. For now, I do this. Put one here. For that. And then one here. It's gonna kind of be temporary if I end up getting an auto harvester going on. We get this. What I should do, smell everything. If I do that, it should put, there we go. Now I should be able to have a boat on the very top here. That way I can just destroy everything here. I will need to probably get some like maybe magma or something so I can be in the water for longer. Because this is far bigger than I may have anticipated and expected to be. I made it. I just didn't pay attention to how big this is. This is why it took as long as it did to fill it up with water. Because of how big it is. Because the bigger your kelp farm is gonna be, especially if you're making a little tower-like thing like I did here, the longer you're gonna wait. So, let me keep some stuff from there actually. Like the bucket. And the logs. There you go. I'm doing this so there's an easy way to just harvest everything. This is a lot of kelp. This is a lot of kelp. I really need to get a bunch of hay so I can have an easy way to just fall down. My game is it's freaking out because of how much drops there are. That's gonna happen. Even on the Java version, your game's gonna freak out because of how much entities there are when you harvest it. Which is kind of unfortunate, but that's why I like using stuff like boats and whatnot to more easily yoink everything. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go in here, put all this kelp into this little chest. The hoppers under the chest are connected to the... I'm realizing that's not working. Do you not take kelp? Oh, you do. Is it because you need to be above? Let's see. Let's see. There you go. Let's see if that's the problem. Oh, it does! Okay. I get what your problem is. It has to be above. I was thinking having it on the side. But no, it seems fuel only comes in from the side. But input only comes from the top. There you go. Might need another chest. There's so much here. Really quickly. See how much storage on my PC left? Oh yeah, I need to do this quick. Because I'm running out of time. I'm also going to get another hopper for more space. It'll be for more space for now. Try to get another smoker. Because once I get another smoker, then I could go out of my way and smelt more faster. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Oh my goodness. You can see I made a lot here. I did not mean to make so much, but you know what? I can't complain. Especially for a field slice. Okay, I can actually pay better attention to my oxygen. Fine. That's a problem early Minecraft. This is gonna be a little dangerous because you will easily take drowning damage. Because you kinda have to be in the water. This kinda makes me it's kind of why I wish I had some like what? Magma maybe? Because with magma I could put carpet above it. Or some kind of block to prevent kelp from getting stuck. But use it so you can get some kind of air. I don't think I'm gonna harvest all of this though. But what I'm going to do is harvest a bunch. So I can put in here. Later, I'm gonna need another blast furnace because I'm gonna have 2, and then they're gonna all go in this little chest. That's gonna be great because when it goes in this little chest, because all this chest is gonna have the kelp, as you can tell. And you can tell with this side part here, what I can do is I can get dried kelp, then have it be a block. I'm gonna need an auto craft at some point to auto turn things to dried kelp, but for now I could put kelp in here. This will serve as a input. I'm gonna need another one for another smoker, and I could demonstrate that, you know, as it's in this item hopper connected here, it should just replace charcoal with it. See? I'm gonna at some point need to see if I can see what I can do to turn all of this into blocks. That way I don't have to craft them. Outside that, I'm gonna need to get a bunch of carpets for the top here, so it's easy to walk around and just get things, collect things easily. What I plan to do is I'm gonna get LAs, and the reason why I want LAs is because I can have them auto harvest for me, and I won't have to worry about harvesting. But I am going to have to get magma so I don't worry about drowning as much and I can actually be in there longer. I didn't expect it to give me as much as it is because it's giving me a lot of kelp by how much there is. And this is great because kelp is just a very great fuel source. And already you can see I'm already having a bunch of them grow back too. If I harvest this I'm going to get a bunch of stacks. It's like actually absurd. And then all this kelp block here is gonna spell up to 20 or 40 every time one of the blocks are used. Which is crazy. And it grows fast too, and I get quite a lot of them pretty easily. It's actually insane. If I get another smoker here, I'll be smelting more dried kelp far faster. It's crazy. And that's about all the time I have. I'm running out of storage on my PC, so I should really stop recording for now. But next time, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out of my way to get a sheep farm. By getting a sheep, bring them here, and seeing what I could do with getting all the colors of wool. However, the main focus will be on getting carpet because I do want to have the ability to harvest kelp better. That's great though because I got a really great resource for smelting. I just need honey so this guy just doesn't oxidize. Anyways, that's it for now. See ya!